Hello and welcome back to this video lecture series of communicable diseases and infectious diseases. This is Sir Juan, your online nursing educator, and I thank you for following me in this channel and hoping that you learn something and able to share it to others also, especially for our students who are really studying despite of the situation. And I know one day you'll be reaching your goals and dreams of becoming future healthcare providers. And speaking of situations for today, there is a construction going on near my place. So please bear with me if there are background noises that you will hear. Anyway, we must continue. Okay, so for this video lecture, I am going to present in simple ways um, a communicable disease which is known to be measles. Okay, so and this will be connection again of other references or sources. And let's start. So measles is a acute contagious and exanthemus disease or having rashes, lesions, skin lesions that usually affects children who are susceptible also to upper respiratory tract infections. So this is when I say contagious, this is extremely contagious. Okay, and based on one research, babies, breastfed babies of mothers have 3 months in immunity for measles. And the most common complication is otitis media. And the most serious, on the other hand, of the complications are bronchopneumonia and encephalitis. So, measles is also otherwise known as rubiola or morbili or 7-day fever, or in Tagalog, in Filipino, they call it tigdas. So again, just like what I've told in German measles video lecture, not to confuse with rubiola and rubella. Let's consider letter L, single word, double L, two words. Okay, so rubiola has one L, measles. German rubella has two letter L's, two words, German measles. Okay, that's what we used when we were students. Then, according to WHO, I just don't know if there are latest data about here, but more than 1 million deaths annually worldwide is caused by measles, making it rank one of the largest killer among infectious diseases, and together with the other infectious and fatal diseases like HIV/AIDS. So the causative agent is a paramyxovirus family under the genus morbillivirus. This is a rapidly inactivated by heat, by ultraviolet light, and extreme acidity or alkalinity. And it has an incubation period of 7 to 14 days. Once you had measles already, it provides a lifetime immunity. Though you can have other immunity, acquired immunities through vaccines like your active MMR and measles vaccine, and also a passive one, which is the measles immune globulin. So it's up to the person which or whatever type of immunity she or he wants. Okay. And this is one of the characteristic signs, this pathognomonic sign of measles, which is Koplik spot, the whitish one, which is bluish whitish one. This will be seen on the buccal mucosa. Okay, so I hope you can see this. This is the rashes for measles. Usually it's a maculopapular rash, and Okay, its mode of entry is directly by being sprayed with droplet or droplet, simple as droplet, from a cough or sneeze. Okay, indirectly through articles or the fomites contaminated by the secretions from a patient. Airborne, or in more simpler terms, airborne droplet. Okay, this route of transmission is very important, especially during epidemics, because this airborne droplet spreads more, stays more, and can affect more people. Okay. Carriers do not play a role in transmission, but again, you don't want to be a carrier. Okay. Um, Incidence, peak age incidence is about 1 to 5 years, or meaning as young as these children are, and that's why this is included in our under five control, or under five children, under five clinic programs, measles, because of the morbidity and mortality cases that this disease can bring among the under five children. Okay, another picture for the rashes. Okay, so this is respiratory system in nature, but the manifestations also is affecting the skin through the rashes. Okay, so it has an incubation period of 9 to 12 days based from one reference, and once you have the disease, it confers a lasting, usually a lifelong immunity, and 8 days shorter, between 20 days is the longest, average of 9 to 12 days. So also here, the manifestations progress um, from day 0 to day 12. 1 day within a day's prodromal stage begins. Complex spots appear after 2 to 3 days. The rashes also appears. So complex spot is different from the rash. Okay, a complex spot, as I have mentioned, is seen on the buccal mucosa, and morbilli rashes are what's seen on the skin generally. Okay, then day 6 complex spots regresses, it resolves on its own, and 7 to 8 rash is most intense, and 10 to 12 rashes begin to resolve. Okay, there's also additional manifestation here, which is commonly encountered when we talk about measles. It's the conjunctivitis term for measles, which is Stimson sign. I mean, this is related to conjunctivitis. This is the puffiness of eyelids with linear congestion of the lower conjunctiva. I think I have a picture here of Stimson's line. Period of communicability is 4 days before the rashes appear and 5 days after the rashes appear. So again, just like any other diseases that experience fever as a general sign, you would not know that you have the measles already, that you have the virus already, and you are um, assist transferring it already to other people who you encounter, because the sign usually for measles are conjunctivitis plus runny nose plus cough, and also the complex spots. So if ever the rashes are not yet there, you will think that you have measles at an early stage. Okay, and as I have said, to emphasize modes of transmission is direct contact with droplets of the infected person, indirect through contaminated articles or fomites, as we call them. The three C's, I mentioned this just a while ago. Okay, cough, coryza or runny nose, conjunctivitis. Okay, these are the three C's of measles. Okay, so we have the clinical findings or the manifestations divided into different stages. Again, first is a pre-eruptive stage, so meaning there are no rashes yet, lesions yet in the skin at this time. Okay, so the fever is present and guttural symptoms are also present. Rhinitis, coryza, conjunctivitis, and photophobia. Common colds and coughing. Coughing is also present. Coplic spot, the pathognomonic sign is present. And Stimson's line. Take note of this stage because this is considered to be the most or the highly communicable stage of the disease because of its mode of transmission, which is droplet. It can be from the rhinos or coryza, and also cough. Okay, this is a picture of from the internet. Okay, of Stimson's line, puffiness of the eyelid, especially of the lower eyelid, and conjunctivitis. Okay. The second is eruptive stage. This is the time when the rashes already appear. It's a macula, and papule. So maculo-papular rash is in the late fourth day, and the rash is fully developed after the second day it appears. And on and off high-grade fever, anorexia, irritability, pruritus or itchiness, and sore throat. For the rashes, I have mentioned it's maculopapular rash, and the appearance is usually cephalocaudal, meaning it will appear first on your hairline, then behind the ears, then the face, the trunk, the limbs, um, what's this? Other manifestations are already mentioned there, and usually when the resolution comes, it's stage of convalescence. The rashes fade away, fever subsides, this commission begins where the lesions appeared, and symptoms subside and appetite is restored. Um, Rashes fade away same manner as it appeared. So if the characteristic appearance of this maculopapular rash for measles starts from the face on the hairline going down. That's the pattern also of convalescence of these rashes. It will start from the face, from the hairline going down. Okay, so it has the same manner. It disappears as if same pattern when it appeared. Okay, diagnostic examinations, nose and throat swab, urine analysis, blood exam, but the most common one is it is clinical. Physicians base it on the manifestations, especially here in the country. Okay, an example of 2004 promotional material for prevention of measles with the use of immunization. Medical treatment, supportive care. So whatever the signs and symptoms the patient is manifesting is the treatment. Then additional is vitamin A, okay, 100,000 to 200,000 IU. Okay, is the dosage of vitamin A. Complications, as I mentioned, bronchopneumonia or pneumonia is the one of the two most serious. Okay, the most common is otitis media, but the most serious is bronchopneumonia or pneumonia and encephalitis. Okay. So additional management, complete bed rest to prevent isolation and to preserve oxygen in the body. Isolate, strict isolation, respiratory isolation also. Adequate nutrition, no food restrictions. Okay, so the surgical diet is rated in hospitals, so anything can be eaten. Increase fluid intake, tepid sponge bath, vitamin C and A, prevent exposure to draft, keep patient warm and dry. This is to prevent complications, especially pneumonia. Okay, hygiene measures, eye care, ear care, oral and nasal care, and even skin care. So all of those organs with hygiene care are really affected also of this measles disease. Management here is supportive. So additional is more on hydration, nutrition, vitamin A, antibiotics, and vaccination for prevention, and also immunoglobulin for possible passive immunities. Then prevention, so that I have mentioned, zero point 0.5 ml subcutaneous and deltoid for newborn. Okay. Then MMR given at 15 months, but also check for allergies. Okay. Then proper disposal of nasopharyngeal secretions for better prevention. Okay. So this ends my presentation on measles. Again, do not confuse it with German measles. And I pray for your success and for your family's long life and health also, so that you can give back to your parents what you think you owe to them, and what you think you deserve to them from you. Okay, so I hope and pray that you are going to reach your dreams, your goals at the right time, in line with God's will for you. Thank you, and see you on the next video lecture of this series. Thank you. God bless.